All right, guys. I got her running. I got her in, running and everything. Only problem is, guys, I'm about to plug this back up. Alternator's not charging. How? Well, I know why, but was it charging when it came in? I don't know. It wasn't running. Let me plug the connector back up. Okay, I got the connector back plugged up. Yeah, sound a little noisy, but I'm sure that'll go away as it runs. I got the PCM out because I was testing between the controller and the alternator, and my connection, ladies and gentlemen, is there. All right, alternator circuit is fairly simple, man. The field terminal has to be the connection between it's connected to and the field terminal down there. Yes, I have. In fact, I use my breakout box to do that. You never want to really back probe into PCM connector, so I spliced. We're dealing with connector 2, so I simply unplugged and unplugged it and did all my testing from here. That goes down there, and the wiring is intact. It's simple, guys. Our alternator is shot. Now let's take a look at something. See, this way you can tell. This is a scan tube for this car. It's only pushing 12 volts and it's running. All right, and of course the fault codes are, well, ignore all of those. Let's go directly. All of those were set when I unplugged it, but as you can see, active. It's a generator field circuit open. All this other stuff is stored while I unplugged the computer. But yeah, generator field circuit open. Man, this light is glaring. All right, y'all see that? So, other than that, it's not enough. You can't run off 12 volts. That's battery. And I had to charge the battery to get that. But all right, full of oil. I bled it. This is the bleeder screw, guys. I always bleed it from there. Like I say, the little noise should go away. It's a different type of valve train setup. If you have ticking in this type engine, you're dealing with complete rail assembly. But it's running, no more misfire. So the problem we had was cylinders 3 and 5, I want to say. Yeah, 3 and 5 was low compression. That's how I found the problem. I had low compression. But it doesn't sound like I have low compression now because I'm not misfiring. I'm also not charging. So I got to shut it down until we figure out what we're going to do. I don't know if we got to call the customer back and get some charging money, alternator money. In a situation like this, guys, they probably try to just buy the alternator themselves and squeeze it into the estimate. Okay, depending on how much overhead they have on the estimate. Most shop will give you an estimate but add in some overhead for cases like this. You just never know. Now, this car was not running, so how are we to know the alternator was not performing or not? We don't, and we wouldn't have known. So hopefully they got some cushion in the estimate to where I don't even know what a hose that come from here to here. I guess I have to make one. I don't know. This is not my car. I inherited. Y'all remember the story. So guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let me go tell them and shut this down because I'm not charging. I am essentially living off battery right now. All right, so y'all stay tuned. We'll see what happens, man. Stay tuned. The time. Stellantis updated to harden cams and lifters for all the Hemis. It's not the cams. There's nothing wrong with the cams in Floro. The cams are being damaged. Okay, the cams are not causing any problem. The lifters are ruining the camshaft. So the problem, what they need to focus on is better lifters. All right. There is absolutely nothing wrong with those cams until they are damaged because of something else. So there's no need to make a hardened camshaft. There's no need to change the camshaft. Yeah, cam failure is the lifter roller bearings locking up. Right. Hemi? Right. A lot of people suggest FCA do something about the camshaft. Like, why? The camshaft has one job. You know what's unique about this camshaft on the Hemi? It's totally different from that of the Pentastar because there's no pressed on tone wheel on a Hemi camshaft. It's just literally a piece of steel or iron or whatever it's made from with lobes on it. It has only one purpose in life. Open and close freaking
push rods up and down to open and close valve. That's its only purpose in life. If it's damaged, that is the reason to replace it. I have yet to see one worn out. Now, I'm not going to say it don't happen. It just it has to make sense to me. Okay. Let me wrap this up, man. Usually from damage. Yes, tolerance. Good point. Hemi. That's what's up. If you buy a Lexus, you won't have rock. What you trying to say, bro? I mean, what's really going on here? What you trying? I'm sure the Lexus have other issues. It may not be ticking a valve train, but they have other issues like everybody else. Lack of lubrication. Okay. According to Hemi, there's a lack of lubrication with the Hemi. Okay. Everybody has their own take on it, guys. Never anger yourself with somebody's take. That is Hemi's take. There's a lack of lubrication with some model Hemis that cause these problems. All right. According to some people. Oh, no problem, man. I'm your biggest fan. I like what you do, and I follow your channel. Is what's up. That's what's up. Card channel. We gonna hook it up. Hopefully we'll stream next Sunday, man. Like I say, hit me up. Let me know what's up. Just purchased a 2021 Ram 59 e-torque, so I'm curious. 2021. Why are you expecting problems? This is a brand new truck. Okay. There shouldn't be any problem. In fact, you should be surprised if a problem arises. Yeah, Inflorail, why are you looking for problems? Man, enjoy your truck, man. This is a brand new with an e-torque. Enjoy your truck, man. Stop looking for problems, man. You be careful what you ask for, my man. All right. I'm just saying, dog, be careful. Be careful what you look for. All right. Yeah, I don't know much about it because I haven't done much work on them. All right. I have seen like those new 2020. Oh, they already out 2022 Chrysler Pacifica with those Pentastar engines, man. They are some bad minivans. Yes, the newer ones. Now, when people ask me this, I have to make sure and clarify myself. From a minivan standpoint, only the Pacifica is equipped with the Gen 3 Pentastar. Okay, so you might see a 2020 minivan. The regular body minivan, it's all Gen 2. It's all the old Pentastar and stuff. If you see a 2021 minivan that's not in the Pacifica body, it's not a Gen 3, guys. So all Pacificas are, to my knowledge, what time at? All Pacificas, from my knowledge or understanding, are Gen 3. They got the EGR cooler and everything. So yes, those are some, and they holding up well, and they slowly starting to repair the brand. The Pentastar brand took a hit from all the valve train issue from the earlier built Pentastar. So if this Gen 3 Pentastar can outweigh all the bad image or the bad press or the bad news that's coming out from the earlier built ones, we should be fine. Okay.